an ambitious plan by an assembly to transform one of Ghana's biggest slum communities in Greater Accra region. The Ashaiman Municipal Assembly says it has put together a plan which is seeking to transform Ashaiman, the community which has over the years battled with housing deficit, sanitation issues, amidst high crime rate, has gradually been given a facelift. This afternoon we'll go into details that grand plan that was announced by the Assembly. In studio with me is Daniel Friye. He's the Municipal Assembly's engineer. Mr. Friye, you're welcome. Frifa, I beg your pardon, Ms. Daniel Frifa. I also have here in the studio the MCE for the area, Albert Boache Ochre. Mr. Ochre, you're welcome as well.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so let's begin with this plan, this grand plan, as you call it. Tell us about it. What's it about at all?
Of course, I think I will begin by unfolding the kind of vision that we have.
Okay.
I would also use this opportunity to extend our gratitude to all those that have supported our vision. The vision is to transform Ashaiman and make it a 24-hour livable city.
Well, Ashaiman is already a 24-hour livable city, isn't it?
Sure. And we need to make sure that the 24 hours that people spend are done with good economic benefits.
Okay, so let's take it one after the other. Where did this plan come from?
But the vision has been my personal vision that I sold to the Assembly in the year 2008 when the municipality was created.
Okay.
Fortunately, President Kufuor nominated me and I had approval of the Assembly to become the maiden chief executive for the municipality. It's been 9 years already. Yes, it's been 9 years already. But I spent just 8 months and left. Of course, my successors also took it up without killing the vision. But the rate at which it moved was slow. So can you tell us what's been done? Maybe I should bring that question to engineer here. What's been done? This vision, we're told, is an idea that you sold to the municipality in 2008. Some have done it, some have not done it. You have not been out and in, have you? You've always been in. Okay, so you educate us on what has been done so far.
Yeah, so far so good. We have been able to come out with a plan. When we talk of a plan, we are talking of infrastructure plans. So we've come out with, per the vision my mayor said, we have come out with plans. Now looking at Ashaiman, it's mostly a place where we normally do business. It's a business area, and for that matter, marketing, buying and selling is what normally goes on there. So the municipality, per our mandate, we are to provide the basic amenities like the market. So we have been able to come out with plans of rebuilding Ashaiman, as you rightly said. Looking at it, we have come out with a plan to construct what we term as international truck terminal and the complex. International truck terminal and a complex to ease the traffic and also to expand the business activities in the municipality.
So has that been done already?
Yeah, we have now gotten an investor that we've gone through all the paperwork, and very soon we are going to hit the ground running for the actual start of the project. And that is the truck, what's that again? The international truck terminal. International truck terminal. Yes. And then the market. And the market together. So this international truck terminal is going to be built. I know Ashaiman very well. Yep. I went to school in Ashaiman Secondary School, so I know this place very well. If you take Ashaiman, you know, which part of Ashaiman are you going to situate this international truck terminal? Yeah, when you are getting to Ashaiman overhead from Accra coming on the motorway, you see that vast land, about 60-acre land. That is the land that we have reserved for that particular project. And that project is a very big project. You know, when you come to Ashaiman and Tema Enclave, because of the port, you will see that there are a lot of traffic, a lot of haphazardly parking by our trucks. So our mayor, through his plan, through his vision, thought of, well, how can we take a crew for that business and also go forward? So we decided to do that. Then the project is going to take into consideration a parking lot for that international truck lorries that comes from Burkina, Mali and Co. And then at the same time, you know, where we are strategically located, because of the Eastern Corridor, people come from Nigeria, Togo, Benin, and they apply through Ashaiman. So in order to reduce the traffic in Accra, we want to build this terminal so that cars coming from these areas will get a place to park in Ashaiman at a fee, and then they will continue with Ashaiman Trotto to do their business in Accra. Then later comes back and join their cars to their various destinations.
And then so hopefully that money comes to the assembly and use it for developmental
yes.
projects.
And then quite apart from that, because it's a business area, the project is also going to take into consideration a banking, because those coming there with their trucks are coming to charge their goods from the port, and for that matter, they will come with money.
There are already some banks springing up in Ashaiman.
Yes, but this particular project is coming with a banking because of the particular nature of the project. Once drivers are coming there, surely they will sleep, they will eat. So there we are going to take into consideration eatery or restaurant. A hotel is also considered in there. And you know, Ashaiman, because of our Stoneboy, we normally do a lot of entertainment. So we have taken into consideration a recreational center within the project so that our people can also get the entertainment aspect in life. So it's a quite big project.
Okay, so I believe that this is a plan that has been shared with you. So let me come back to, again, to this source of the plan. You've said that you gave up this plan in 2008. I mean, look at the number of years that have come, and you've not started. I mean, you have not even started with the initial one that, from what the engineer says, the land is available, you've got the plan, now you have an investor. It's taken close to a decade for you to even start it. What is assurance that this plan idea that you say you have, transportation system, housing, what is the guarantee that it's going to?
In the actual sense, the whole idea is holistic. The transformation does not only reside on infrastructure. It begins with the people and then their attitude. I'm happy you mentioned you are so conversant with Ashaiman.
Yeah.
In the past, just at the entrance, what we were met with were cows, overflowing bins, I mean communal bins, with animals eating around.
I've not been there in a while though. Has that changed?
Yeah, that has changed. And the kind of transformation that we are sorting to have is a holistic change. It begins with the people. As I mentioned, even in our schools, we are making sure that at least education becomes an integral part of the change. When I took over in 2017, you look at the BEC performance even in Ashaiman, it was so fantastic. In Greater Accra, Ashaiman was second on the league table in Greater Accra.
And before you came in, where was Ashaiman Secondary School? Okay.
And then we moved to second.
What is it that you think you did that gave you this change so that you can, knowing it, you can build on it for a better future?
Yeah, it is a holistic approach with the teachers, with the infrastructure that we have put in place. There have been a lot of trainings with the teachers and meetings. We share ideas in common. And yes, we also encourage the PTAs to also take part in the education of their own wards.
You mentioned that you wanted to, housing is part of it. I want to have a better understanding when you say housing.
That's right.
What exactly are you going to do? I know a lot of people who live in shacks, people who live in slums, in Ashaiman, and so it becomes, and that's why people have this perception, a haven, if you like, for people who are involved in criminal activities. What is the housing plan, specific
the housing
information?
Plan, because of land limitation, is regeneration. It means certain old ones will have to give way for the new ones.
So you're going to break down houses?
Of course, we cannot also take people out of their homes. There was a project that was started somewhere around 2010 with the UN Habitat. That came to an end, and it could not, because of the leadership of the communities that were involved. This time around, what we intend to do is to get strategic partners who will develop one side and give some sessions to people to occupy. little land can host a whole lot of people by putting up high-rise buildings.
So you're looking to go into high-rise buildings. In which part of Ashaiman? I mean, I know the market area a
where
bit.
They call Amuijo.
Okay, I don't know where that place is.
In entering Ashaiman, the right side and then the left side.
When you enter Ashaiman from where? From the motorway? From the motorway. Yes. Okay, so you enter from where you have this stone boy billboard that's talking about sanitation, and then that side, so the left side.
Yes.
Okay, and you're going to have high-rise buildings over there?
In fact, we have started with just one block.
I see.
Which was done somewhere in 2010.
Okay, and are people living there now?
People are living there.
And they are paying to who?
They are paying to, it's an association.
Okay.
Yes, it's an association, so they pay to that association. By this time around, we want to change that system because that has not worked well for us.
I want to find out how you have had the buy-in of the people. I mean, I know Ashaiman people are very daring people. Yes. Now, if you do something and they're not happy with it, you know that they'll come after you. Yes. So I just want to find out. It sounds like a good plan, but at the end of the day, if the people are not on board, you will not achieve your result. How are you bringing the people on board in this?
I think that is why the project seems to have delayed.
Okay.
Because we need to do enough engagement with the people to understand.
Meaning where we are now, the people don't really get the vision?
It's not all of them, but we need to bring all of them on board.
What's the plan for that?
The plan is through education. We are still discussing it because the assurance that they want is that when the projects are completed, they will not be completely out.
And that's a justified concern because we have seen how people have said that they've been kicked out of their places. They are told that we're moving you, we'll build it, we'll bring you back, and the next thing they know is being used for what they call political reasons, and boys who belong to political parties are taking over. So how are you convincing them that look, we need to get this for Ashaiman to be given a different face?
That is what we want to avoid. So it is not going to be just a one-time job. You start and you bring a lot of houses down. We are going to do that in phases so that at least when they see the first phase, people have benefited. Okay. I'm sure the rest of them will also come on board.
When is the target to finish it? Because usually that's the problem. We start something, there are no targets, we're not working towards any timelines, and so we abandon it. 4 years, if we go for an election and the government changes, there's a whole setback that comes with it. What is the plan? The timelines?
Yes, in fact, we are looking at within 3 years, we should be able to complete every construction of these ones. In construction, the ballroom job takes a lot of time than the physical ones.
Okay.
Yes.
I see. Let me come to you, engineer, so that we wrap up this conversation about housing again. We've had the vision and we've had what the plan is, but again on the ground, what information do you pick on the ground, and spatial arrangements, other things? How are they all coming into play in this plan that you have? For you who go on the ground, I believe.
Yeah, as my mayor said, in planning, it takes a lot of things before we're able to come out. We have engaged the good people of Ashaiman, especially those who are going to be affected. Even before coming out with the design, we needed to consult them for their inputs because we are going to build for them, we are going to give it to them. So we need to get their inputs. So those ones has been done. We've come out with a design of about, each block is going to take 20 floors.
20
floors. The down is going to be a shops and then market center. As I said, Ashaiman is more or less a business hub. So everything that we do, we take into consideration the business aspect, and for that matter, the 20 floors, the ground floor is going to be a shops, and then the rest is going to be a residential. Actually, we took the design more or less from China. They have such a similar situation. So the consultants that we deal with are also Chinese. So,
but China also has a lot of money from their government. Where are you getting the money from?
Yeah, as my mayor said, yes, it's a partnership. So if we've gotten investors from China as well, it's going to be a PPP, that is public-private partnership arrangement with them, that we are going to build with their money, and then it will be sold to the people at a cheaper rate.
And the people will be paying to the Chinese?
Sure, no, they will pay into an account that will be managed by both the Assembly and the Chinese. It's an arrangement under the PPP arrangement.
Why? Mayor, why is it being difficult for you? How much, perhaps the amount involved is what's making the people disbelieve or distrust you? How much is involved? How much averagely are we looking at for someone to pay for the housing unit? I'm bringing that to you, yes, sir.
Really, we have not come out with specific costs.
Okay.
We are at a stage where the discussions are ongoing because we want to know what will be our roles. Apart from the lands being equity, there could be a provision of service lines and other things.
Okay.
Those ones we have not finalized it.
Okay.
I believe by the time we finish, we should be able to come up with a very, very reasonable cost.
It better be reasonable in Ashaiman.
Yes, it must be
otherwise
reasonable.
We'll come after you.
Right.
If it's not reasonable, you know, we'll come after you in Ashaiman. Well, it's been interesting with the transportation bit. Do you have a specific amount you're targeting? And it looks to me like all of this is going to be done by the Chinese. And I don't know if they've already committed an amount to this. Have they? Is there an amount?
With the transport, it's going to be at two places. One right in the center of the town, where we will be taking off a school for relocation.
A school?
Yes.
Which school is this?
That is the government school, which has been engulfed by market.
Okay.
Yes, we are thinking of...
is it a government school around Night Market?
Sure.
You are breaking down the school?
Yeah, we want to relocate those schools.
And where are you taking them to?
We are spreading them over because it used to be the school for Ashaiman. That was the only school. It was carefully planted in the center so that people could come from all other angles to
and put their children there. So why are you taking them away?
Now we want to take the schools closer to where the people are.
Where?
One is going to be in Jericho. Some are going to go to 22. Some are going to go to Presby Down. And then we are considering bringing one to Middle East. And
is this something that the education heads and the... is this something that you're pushing down the neck of the education?
They even recommended that.
They recommended that?
They recommended it because the essence of the school being there, for me, is overlooked.
Okay, so this
activities
land
of the people.
So that land there, you want to do something on that land?
We want to do a commercial center where we will do basement parking of vehicles. You see that Ashaiman streets are choked completely with vehicles and human beings. So if you are taking human beings, you must also take the vehicles. Currently, we have over 4,000 vehicles a day that comes to Ashaiman. And the terminal we have cannot even contain 1,000.
I see.
Yes.
I see.
So if you can redesign this place and then do basement parking with other markets at the top.
It sounds, I mean, I'm not there, but because I have a fair idea of how the area looks like, it sounds a bit daunting for me, but I'm hoping that you'll be able to get this done and you give Ashaiman the facelift. And then this school that you want to remove, that it will not affect the children who learn there, because really, if this is my school, I would have a difficulty understanding why you want to take me away from that.
We've already piloted that.
And they're happy with it.
Some arms of the school to Community 22.
And they're happy with it.
Surprise you to note that those who went to that place, because the environment for learning is conducive, they made ones A's.
I see.
Yes.
I see. Well, let's wrap up. Let me take your final comments on this. I'm sure that we can have this conversation as well again, and I really hope that I'm not missing anything yet. Let me take your very final words. Engineer, what promise are you making for those who live in Ashaiman who are watching us today? What kind of assurance can they get from the engineering department that this project is going to be swift, is going to be humane when you have to move people, it's going to be humane, and it's going to really be a project that the people own, that they can go along with you?
Yeah, I think Ashaiman people already know the kind of life we are living with them. As I've been telling them, the assembly is there for them. It's because of them. That is why the assembly was created. The assembly is there to transform Ashaiman, and Ashaiman is for the people. So the assurance is that, yes, as we have been doing, we don't do things on our own. We like consultation, we like talking to them, we like meeting them, Jojo, before everybody is okay, and then we work on. So it will continue. We are going to assure them that we are not going to do anything without them. Everything will be done as we have been doing it. Consultation, disagreement, agreement, and then we move on. It will continue, and we can assure them that the project is surely coming on. And the good aspect is that after completion, these projects are going to create a lot of jobs, direct and indirect jobs, for the good people of Ashaiman. So they should rest assured.
I hope you make them understand on the ground, because sitting on TV and saying it is one thing, being on the ground and facing them, and you know your people. You know that already. So may I ask you to wrap up? Is this part of the NEMA project that was announced by the Ministry of Housing some time back? Because it sounded similar? Is that part of the whole idea?
Yeah, I think we are all in line. I think before the proclamation of the minister on the NEMA thing, the Ashaiman's own had already been started. It had been on the board for discussion
for some time. Okay, so you've received some of the money, I believe, from the Chinese. Is it part of the Chinese loan?
No, we have not received the money.
Okay.
We want to finish with all documentations. We want to be sure of everybody's concern, so that we can quickly ask them to come in.
Toilet is a big deal in Ashaiman. Most homes don't have toilets, and that's a plan. You know, we did the story about the toilets program, so I almost forgot to ask this. What is the updates as far as, you know, the toilet sanitation? I don't want to say sanitation because then it's bigger. Specifically dealing with toilets in Ashaiman.
I think we have improved tremendously. In the past, it was just an eyesore, seeing people squatting even at the entrance, doing open defecation. But I believe it is the thing of the past. Because of one, government assistance in provision of toilets for various institutions. And then two, the enforcement of law by ensuring that every household has toilet. And so many people have ruled on it. Close to 2,000 households
have toilet now. I see that you use Stoneboy a lot since he comes from Ashaiman for this sanitation. But we can pick up this conversation another time, and then we look at the progress you've made so far, so we can build on it. Do you have any final words to share with your audience?
My final word is that people should be rest assured that the assembly is not a taskmaster and a taxpayer affair. The assembly is an all-inclusive institution for all of us. We accept all comments, accept criticisms, accept suggestions, so that we can all, as one people, build ourselves for the prosperous Ashaiman.
Very well. I haven't been to the place in a while, but I do know that Ashaiman Secondary School needs some assistance as well, so you can turn your attention there. Since you are looking to, you know, put together infrastructure, you can tell, because they're doing very well. They were at the, I mean, I know several schools who did not make it to the National Science and Maths quiz, but Ashaiman Secondary School made it there. So I believe that there's something to build on.
There's something done for them recently.
Oh, right.
The mayor has put up a very nice girls' dormitory for them.
Oh, girls' dormitory.
Very nice
wow.
You know, it used to be a day school.
It used to be a day school, yes,
but,
I know that.
Under mayor's,
so now there's a girls' dormitory on campus?
On campus.
Oh, wow. Okay, how many does it take, though?
150 students.
Oh, that's
fair. They were in a wooden hostel.
Right,
a wooden hostel.
Oh, I see. On the campus?
On the campus.
Okay, I didn't know. When I was there was nothing on campus. It was just a day school. So you just go to school. I live in Tema, so I just go to school and then I come.
My first visit to the place, I wept within me. How could?
But they're doing very well. They made it to the National Science and Maths School quiz.
Yes, we've provided for them.
I'm sure there's still a lot more that you can do for them. Thank you very much for coming.
Another one too for them.
Great. Like I said, we'll pick up this conversation some other time. One of my producers also lives in Ashaiman, so it's an Ashaiman affair. But the better we make it, the better the people become, and the better the society becomes. So we can deal with this perception. you know, that people have when it comes to Ashaiman. I've been having this conversation with Albert Boache Ochre. He's the MCE for Ashaiman Municipal Assembly, and Engineer Daniel Kwejo Frifa. He's the works engineer for the Ashaiman Municipal Assembly. They're talking about giving Ashaiman a facelift, lifting Ashaiman up from where it used to be to high-rise building with a business center, etc., schools, etc. So we're all hopeful that we'll get there someday. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for coming.
Thank you very much.